Okay, so good evening, everybody. Welcome to a special episode of P.A.R. Meet the Artist. And today I have a super incredible artist by the name of Charles Wright. That name rings a bell. Yes, it's the same Charles Wright. So let's ask Charles if you could please introduce yourself, tell us what you do, and tell us where you're from as well, please.
I am Charles Wright. I'm presently in Los Angeles. I was born in Mississippi. I'm a singer and a songwriter, and mostly famous for the song Love Land, Do Your Thing, and Express Yourself.
That is great, where you landed it right there, because if like this, that one song that everybody knows, is that Express Yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, that song was, it's one of those classics, forever. And, it's a legacy that you've laid down, and forever all be listening to it. So thank you so much for such an amazing anthem. That's what I'll call it. Thank you, Charles.
Thank you.
So let's go straight into my first question. And actually, first, let me congratulate you. So you've just recently been put in the induction for National R&B Hall of Fame. Like, wow. I don't know why it took all these years to get you there, but how does that feel, receiving such a prestigious award?
It's all right. I don't do my music for awards. I do it for the people.
Wow, I like that a lot. The people definitely feel your music. It's definitely it's a long time coming. This award should have been there, a while back.
I'm thankful for it. Just got another commercial. There's about 100 commercials around the world. I just got a new commercial yesterday, the BMW car manufacturer.
Oh, wow, that is incredible. And you know what? It just says all about your talents and how amazing you are as an artist. You're one of the pioneers, one of the ground roots of all the genres coming out of this. Thanks to you. So it was my birthday yesterday, and when I got this, I'm like, wow, this is like a birthday treat for me. So, wow.
Is your birthday?
It was yesterday, yes, sir.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Many more.
Thank you very much. So, well, it's not about me, it's about you. So let's go straight in for the next question. So after all these years, you've been doing music. Now you're back. For the people that don't know, Charles Wright is back. So what brought you back to the music scene?
I've been here all the time. I've been making music all the time. Just hadn't been getting noticed like I should have. I haven't gone anywhere to come back to. I've been here all the time. And I'm going to be here until I die, thank God. And I'm going to be making music until then.
Wow. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that you're not going nowhere. You haven't been nowhere. So people that haven't caught up should go back and go and listen to all these tracks. And so let me talk about your book. So you have a book called Express Yourself.
Well, that book is not out yet. The book that's out is Up From Where We've Come.
Up From Where We Come. That's the one that's out. Express Yourself. Yes, that's right. That's this year, by God's grace. Yeah.
Couple of months.
Perfect. So give me the insights to the one you wrote in 2020. That was in 2023, wasn't it?
No, I wrote that book. I've been writing both books for years, and I decided to put that first book out in 2017. And it's about, do you know anything about sharecropping?
Yes.
It's about what my family went through as the subjects of sharecropping in the state of Mississippi. And I'm very proud of that book. They don't want you to read that kind of stuff in America today. But my book is testimony to what really happened in the 40s and the 50s, the early 60s. And that to Black people in America. Yeah.
I was just going to say, so why did you choose this time? So it's been a story all through years, but why did you think this is the right time to tell that story?
I've been writing the story for 40 years. I just decided to release some of it in 2017. And the reason I decided to do that was I finally I've been did the dabbling too long. And I figured I better, if I'm going to ever release my book, I better do it now. So that's what I did in 2017. And I think it would behoove a lot of people to read my book, but that's not for me to say. But my book has it's genuine American history.
Wow, thank you so much. That's really great. And let's just kind of move back into the music quickly, and then we'll come back to talk about this book, like the new one that's coming out. So intrigued by it. But so in the music scene, so you as I said, you're one of the pioneers. Do you think sound and things have changed from when you started until now? Is it changed for the better or for the worse?
For the worse. Today, they're making music with machines. And I strive to put the spirit in the music. When my band and I would go in the studio, I would spend days trying to get the right spirit for a song. And the spirit is what we brought to this side of the world. And no one can really take that away, but they can mess around and try to pretend that they're doing what we're doing. They destroyed it by doing that. They destroyed the spirit in the music, and look at where we are today. The spirit in the music is so important to, it keeps us going. Right now, I don't know about where you are, where we are, we have a real mess right now. The world has kind of come to a bad place. And I believe it's because the spirit of the music is not there.
Yeah, I feel you deeply. Because for us as a radio station, we go through a lot of tracks. And I think at the moment we're maybe about 40% acceptance rate. So that means 60% of the tracks that come through are just not right. So yeah, I feel what you said there. How do you, I know it's a hard question, but how do you feel, how do you think we can kind of make it better? What, like new up and coming artists, how do you feel that they can evolve, like bring the old music back to make it current, but without all these extra jargons?
I urge children and young people to go to school, learn some music theory, and therefore after that, get together in a band and play real music from the heart, because that's what the world actually needs. Music from the heart and the soul. I've urged them to stop using machines, a metronome. a mere metronome. I mean, anybody can do something with a metronome. Practice piano or whatever. Metronome has no heart. What the world needs is our hearts and our souls. We need to go back to Nat King Cole, great musicians, great people. Not just anybody can do music. Just anybody can't do music, really. I'm lucky myself to be able to do what I do with the little knowledge that I have. And I'm thankful that I've been able to do something to influence people.
You definitely have done. In terms of influencing people, there's countless of friends like that are like, wow, this guy is just incredible. And let's go kind of into like my next question, kind of digging in a little bit more. So your single, Your Hand, and doing it on the floor. Just not very. I can see what, we've been talking about bringing the old music back into the new. See what you did there, because the funk is still there. It still feels so jivey. I seriously don't know how you do it, producing bangers. But what was the thought process into bringing those new music out, especially in the world where everything is in a format?
Your Hand, you were speaking about Your Hand.
Yes, sir.
Well, when I was a child in Mississippi, my father's sharecropping partner, a boss, somehow convinced my father that the blues was the devil's music. And my father went for it, and he wouldn't allow me to listen to any secular music. I only got hip to secular music when I came to California. I'm walking home with the kids from school, and they singing these songs they heard on the radio. And so Your Hand is my contribution to the blues today, because I look up and I see the blues players, they're starting to use machines too. And so I decided to do something that had some real feeling with it. And Your Hand is the song that I chose. And the message in Your Hand, of course, is very risque. Anyway.
Wow. It's really, really cool. And the other track, what is it? Get It on the Floor. That one.
Doing it on the floor.
Really on the floor. That is very, up tempo, just a bit like Express Yourself. That's another one that I'm expecting to just take off. So give us the insight to that, please.
Well, that's just another one of the songs that I recorded that was not really just something you throw together. I had there was a drummer named Fred Alexander, plays with a group called Lakeside. I trained him. I got him to play on it. And I think I have James Jamerson, before he died, had him playing with me. And doing it on the floor is just a thing that we're having fun. That's all it's about. It's about people having lots of fun. And we did it actually on the outside, but it's supposed to be inside on the floor. But I got my girlfriend and a lot of people together from Soul Train dancers, and we had a ball doing the video.
Absolutely. Well, the video is extra special. That I urge anybody that has seen it to definitely go and watch that. So, okay, let me kind of go into my next question. So with regards to, you've been doing this for a long time, and it's a question that I ask like new artists. So in who influenced you? As you said, like it wasn't a family thing, because you said your dad was like, oh, somebody said devil, blues was devil's music. And what influenced you to go, okay, I want to do music, and to keep pursuing it regardless of actually what everybody else said?
Well, there's a story I tell about the first day I went to high school in Los Angeles. Okay, I've been here, I guess, 4 years, 3 or 4 years. And I went to orientation with the teachers. And then I went and I sat down at a table outside to eat my lunch. I bought some spaghetti and a roll, and I was able to tear into that. And I heard this sound, which was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever heard. And I wrapped my food up, and I went searching for it, and it kept stopping, and I had to stop until it started again. I followed my ears around behind a bungalow at school. There was 4 guys with their lips protruded into each other's faces singing 4-part harmony. Man, I never heard anything like that before. It's raw harmony, no piano, no drum, no guitar. So they had some fans standing around it. They rehearsed there every day at noontime. So I would be there every day when they got there, waiting for them to hear that harmony again. And after a while, I would start thinking, damn, I should be doing this too. So I didn't know what to do, but I tried to put it all together in my head. Every time I ran to a piano, I tried to put 2 and 2 together. And finally, I started a group of my own. And I heard a man named Jesse Belvin. You know who that is? He was the greatest singer ever came to Los Angeles. He influenced us all. So I found his phone number in the phone book, and I called him up, Mr. Belvin. I said, I want to sing, and I want to sound just like you. He gave me a great piece of advice. He said, get your own style, boy, leave my F alone. I said, oh, I thought that'd be a compliment. He said, will you ever hear Johnny Ace? I said, I heard of him. I like the way he sings too, but you got this style. You don't get it by now, boy, I'm hanging up. Please, I said, don't hang up. I don't know what y'all doing. I just want to be a part of it. He says, well, tell you what. See, I'm having a rehearsal there's a group in town named the Turks who had records on the radio too. So I'm having a rehearsal with the Turks on Saturday. You can come in and listen, but keep your mouth shut. So I went to that rehearsal, man. I had the best time I ever had. I left there and I went and told my cousins where I'd been. They didn't believe us. I'm gonna start a group and I want you guys to be a part of it. And so we all got together and we started. We sounded terrible at first. We finally got to sounding halfway decent. And Mr. Belvin told me about this man in the neighborhood who had a record studio and a record company. So I went by and asked the man to give us an audition. He said, don't bring them in here until you think they're ready. So I waited till I thought we were ready, and I came back. Now my cousin Amos has a beautiful voice, automatically. So he sang the first couple of songs, and I stepped up to the mic. And the man said, oh, no, don't you ever try to sing lead. Please let your cousin do the lead from now on. Don't you stay in the background for the rest of your life. Broke my heart. So what I did, there was a tunnel not far from my house where the kids go under to get across the street to school. I went in that tunnel every night and I practiced because I hear my echo of my voice back. Then one day I went back over to his studio and I sat down at his piano. I wrote a couple of songs. And I'm hoping he allowed me to finish the first verse.
Mm.
I got to singing. When I got through, I turned around. He said, "You can't be the same guy. I don't believe this." He said, "I record you singing that song there right now if I could." I said, "Well, let's go then. What's wrong? We're waiting for it." He said, "I'll just use this studio for practice here. I use some of Hollywood's finest studio when I'm recording a record. But next time I go in, I'm taking you with me, and you're going to be my #1 superstar from now on." And that's when I made my first hit record. He took me to the studio, and I made my first hit record.
Wow, that is an incredible story. So from somebody turning you down, you went away, you practiced, made it perfect, you went back, and boom. So practice. If you believe in yourself, you just have to really go for it, right? That's
Yes. If you want to know who who influenced me, it was Jesse Bell. Okay, that's the man that influenced me. And down through the years, Otis Redding and James Brown was very influential in how I came about my funk abilities.
wow, that is really, really incredible. And so kind of buying into that a little bit more for new artists or people that have been maybe they're in the industry, that think, okay, you've accomplished so much, that they're just starting off. What is that? What's that piece of advice you will give them? Is it the same thing that you were given, or you've obviously taken that and made it better?
Get away from that metronome. That's my greatest piece of advice I think I can give anyone who's making music today. Don't make it on a metronome. Just give them some heart and some soul and some human feeling, because that's what we're missing today.
Great advice. Great advice. Hope they're listening, because that's what we need. Music straight from the heart, no rehearsed music or each to their own. But yeah, in the type of music we listen to, it has to have something. It has to give something. Listen to it at the end. So let me kind of go into this next question. As in, so you've made great hits through years. You're making even more hits at the present time. What legacy? Yes, sorry.
I don't understand you right now.
Yeah, so I was saying you've already made great hits and you're still making more hits. And the question is really, what legacy are you trying to set down based on your music? What do you want people to remember you for?
For being for real. For trying my best to satisfy the human soul. I strive for that. I want, for instance, Loveland, we recorded that for about 40 different days, trying to get the right mood. And finally, one day we got it. I wouldn't release it until we got the songs had the proper mood. That's about the best way I can explain it.
That's really good. Thank you so much for that. And kind of let's what I call my random question. This is I love food, so I always bring this one in because it's important. So you know the music you make, your life journey. So if there was a dish that represents you as a person, a wholesome you, a dish from anywhere in the world, what dish would it be? And what sort of ingredients are in that dish to make the great person Charles Wright is today?
You're a terrible person to ask me a question like that. Well, what dish? You know what? A lot of people would say, ooh, but for the first time in about 4 years, about 2 weeks ago, I had a bowl of chitlins.
Mm-hmm.
Know what that is?
Not heard of it.
You heard of chitlins. You don't know what it is. It's hog intestines.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Oh, we ate that.
You eat that?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Some chitlins and candy yams and some dressing and some chicken breast and turkey. That's the kind of food I really grew up on.
Mm-hmm. So, and is that so? Would that represent you as a person? Like, does that represent kind of your life?
No, actually, me as a person, I would say a whole lot of different dishes, not just one dish. I mean, you can't tie me down to one because I've eaten some of all kinds of food from different parts of the world. Yeah, I don't believe in being tied down.
I like that. I like that. Be free, as you said, express yourself.
Yeah, express yourself.
And let me kind of go into this next bit. We can't talk enough about your music. So now looking through all the different tracks you've made over time, I know it's probably a difficult question for you, but which one would you say it's your favorite? Maybe not even because of how famous it made it, or which one would you say this out of all the tracks is my favorite and why?
Probably something nobody else has heard before. I have so many tracks here now. I would say one of the favorites would be Do Your Thing, because it's something that I made up while we were doing it. And it just came together. I mean, the music and everything just fell in line. It was a happening. And it was the inspiration for Express Yourself. Because we were performing at Texas A&M College one night, and we were closing out the show. We were closing with Do Your Thing. Do Your Thing, when it ends, it just comes to an abrupt stop. And the kids just kept clapping and stomping and clapping. And only God made me say, express yourself. And they went, wow.
That is really, really special. I like that a lot. So kind of as we're wrapping up, do you have any closing remarks that you want to say maybe about actually, we still need to touch on this book before we close up. This new book, Express Yourself. Is it so today, for us that are looking forward to it, is it about what difference is it between the book and the song? Is there a major difference, or is the book about the song?
Well, the thing about the Express Yourself book is everybody's been waiting for it. They thought when they read my first book that it was going to be about my life in show business. And though if you go look at the reviews of my book, They're all positive. There's one negative review out of maybe 50. The rest of them are positive reviews, and I think people are going to really go for this Express Yourself book because it expresses how I got started in show business, all the things I went through in the show business, the heartaches I've had, the juicy stuff that's in there. I mean, Express Yourself book is actually 132 chapters, but they're not long chapters. Some of them are only half a page or a page long, but it expresses my whole entire musical career, how I got started and why I got started. And then I have another book coming after that.
Hey, well, I think that was going to be my next question, as in what's in the pipeline. So you might as well please carry on.
Yes, well, I have another book in me. It's already done, basically. I got to refine it. But my life has been very extensive, and I've experienced a lot of things in my life. And I wanted to kind of express all of that in my books. So my next book might be Express Yourself 2, between me and you.
Well, thank you very much. That's very juicy. Obviously, and the viewers are listening to this to this podcast. But yes, it's been such an incredible show. It's such an honor having you on the show. So any closing remarks from you?
I only hope I have not been a bore. I've just about said everything I need to say today. I don't want to blow you away.
Well, I think it's a little too late for that because I'm already blown away from, when you said hello. So, I would just like, yes, go on.
A charming host, man, really a charming host.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. I would just like to say thank you so much. I know it's somebody like you, busy here and there, but you still found time to come on the show to express yourself. Can't stop saying that now. So thank you so much. And looking forward to catching up after the book itself, the new book comes out. Like I usually will ask, where can people go and find you? Come on, you're Charles Wright. I think everybody can just find you. That's all it takes. So thank you so much for coming. And hopefully we'll catch up again soon.
I'll be looking forward to it, brother. God bless you.
Amen. Take care. Bye.
Power Ace Radio.